SEO strategy is the most underrated and misunderstood topic in the SEO world. And this is not just coming from me, it's coming from one of my mentors, Kevin Indig, a Goliath in the SEO industry, working for some of the biggest companies in the world. He's also an angel investor. So what is SEO strategy and what made Kevin say it's the most misunderstood topic and what I say is the most undervalued topic? And quick answer, TLDR, it is what makes most SEO campaigns go wrong. If you've been burned by SEO, if you're not seeing the results, the revenue, etc., that you need, that you expected, this is probably because your SEO strategy was wrong to begin with. It's so common for people to, build links, build content, start doing this and that and the other thing, and pay good money for these pieces, but not have them all fit together in a cohesive strategy. This is probably the most common case when I see people losing in SEO. And so if you're interested in being one of the guys winning here, especially if you're in a competitive industry, we're gonna walk you through SEO strategy, what it truly is, how it's different from tactics, how it goes between contexts, and then what are tactics and how do you organize them over time and how do you actually build the overall SEO strategy. And so that's what you're in for. So let's just jump into it. The first thing is that SEO is not, a whole business model. SEO is a traffic channel. And when you're thinking about strategy, it's all about context. This is what so many SEOs get wrong. You have overlapping contexts in a marketing and business strategy. And what you first start with is the highest circle of the overlaying context, which is the business objectives. Business objectives seems simple, right? Of course, you have to take into the considerations the business, but it's something that people often don't focus enough on, especially if you're a techie SEO nerd or you're hiring a techie SEO. You have to get very dialed into the business objectives and how SEO fits into that. And then the brand and how SEO and search marketing fits into that. And then underneath these layers is SEO strategy as a part of an overall digital marketing strategy. You have to understand these different contexts to give SEO and general strategy its proper context. And so strategic work is all about understanding these circles of context and making sure that you are working within those so that you can actually help grow your revenue and your company's revenue or your client's revenue. And so this is one of the most important things. And so what we call this is the why. And so there's a great quote by Kevin Indig, which is a definition of an SEO strategy, which is an SEO strategy is a detailed plan that shows what is being optimized, when, why, and how. And I'll start with the why, because this is the business objective part. You need to have a comprehensive understanding of the industry and how customers search in that industry. So, if it's your website, you should understand the industry, but you also need to understand the actual words and how your customers and your customer journey is when they're searching online, when they're buying online, whatever it might be. I always tell people that, I push away clients. I'll not work with clients quite often because they don't actually need SEO. It's not within the context of their business growth. It's not the number one priority. Maybe they should focus more on, traditional marketing, advertising, social media, whatever it is. SEO has to be in specific industries where customers search for your products or your services on Google, or at least on Amazon, YouTube, something like that. Now, most people do in most industries, but how much? And so this is where you start to just understand the overall landscape, the SERP landscape. And that's just search engine results page, the SERP landscape. So how Google actually functions in these industries. Every industry is different, every niche is different. And so first off, you gotta understand the context of the business objectives and how customers search. And so you can use SEMrush, Ahrefs, Google Keyword Planner. Any of these tools will show you search a C keyword, maybe your industry name or something you think customers might be searching, you can see how often they search. And so that's the first step, is get an understanding. You can also look at competitors' rankings, get an understanding of what people are doing in the industry, how much traffic they're generating, revenue, etc. with SEO, and what keywords, what terms are people searching, so you can understand your customer, who you want to target, and all of that. And so the why is just basic market research, like business marketing 101. market research, but most SEOs get it wrong. The next thing is tactics. I would say tactics are one of the things that get most confused with SEO strategy, but they're actually quite different. A tactic is the how. It's just an individual thing that you can do. So you can do content marketing, you can do link building, you can do content optimization, local SEO, technical SEO. You can do all of these different tactics of activities to try to contribute to the overall strategy. But these are individual things and they actually need to be added together and placed in time to actually get results. And so, you first want to understand which tactics are going to be your bread and butter. What are your competitors using? What actually makes sense for you? And then you're gonna move on to creating a strategy roadmap for the actual when. When are you gonna do these different tactics and how are you gonna do them? And tactics aren't the same for every industry. They're not the same for every website. An e-commerce website is going to need a lot of technical SEO. You need to make sure that if you have 40,000 pages, you're really, really good on technical SEO. But if you have 100 pages and you're just a little local company, then you really don't need to worry too much about technical SEO. But content and links are going to be important, as well as local SEO and your Google Map Pack. All of those things are going to be extremely important. So these tactics change dependent on, really strategy, which depends on the business objectives and the context, which is your industry, where you're at, whether you're local or national, whether you're e-commerce, etc. And so you choose your tactics. You can kind of make it a fun, choose your own adventure. You choose your tactics depending on the context that we've discussed. You say, okay, for this client, I see a lot of technical issues. They need to have a lot of technical SEO. I see they don't have much content. All their competitors are building a lot of content and that's how they're driving results. Let's, look at how many blog articles, etc., that our competitors are getting, and then reverse engineer that and say, over time, we're going to do 5 blog posts a month so that in a year we get X amount of blogs and we'll be competitive with Y competitor. And already you can see we're starting to make this actual by pinpointing time. That goes into the next part, which is you have to create a roadmap for SEO strategy. You have to understand when you're going to do this. You've pinpointed the opportunities that you want to take advantage of, say that's technical SEO, content marketing, and link building. But when are you gonna do this? And Kevin Indig says an SEO roadmap is objectives over time. And I think that's so important because, you can say, hey, we're gonna get 1 million links, but over what period of time? You have to actually be very specific. And so we like to create these strategy roadmaps inspired by Kevin Indig and some of his work in terms of really figuring out when are we going to do everything per month, per quarter, what kind of results are we expecting, etc. And so here you're going to do stuff like, we want to have our technical audit completed and all tech implementations done in the first month. That's going to give us a really good foundation so that in the future we can win, right? So all of our other efforts are put on a great foundation. And then you might say, I want 5 blog posts per month because I see competitors doing this or that. Or maybe that's just the budget and we have 100 topics to go through and we want to get that done in about 2 years. And then we see competitors have a lot more links than us. So maybe we want to do 5 to 10 links per month. And even that, if we get too in the details, I would, I like to do a link budget overall, different quality links, but that's getting into the weeds. This is how you see the win, is you actually create the roadmap. And so I hope this is useful for grasping the idea of SEO strategy and why so many people go wrong when it comes to their SEO strategy. And if you are concerned now about whether your agency or whether your website has the right SEO strategy, now might be a good time to get in contact and we can discuss. I actually still do free strategy calls. So anybody's welcome. In the description, there's a Calendly link. You can click on that. You can book a call with me. We'll spend 30 minutes, sometimes longer if there's a lot to work on. And we'll go through your industry, your website, your tactics, and how that would all work. And so I can usually just look at a website and know sort of, once I question you and understand your industry and your context, you can kind of know what tactics are gonna work, what you're gonna need. We can do all of the analysis just live on a call. It's kind of what I love to do. I'm an SEO nerd. So anyway, if you got some value, thank you so much. Please leave a like if that helped you. Leave a comment, any questions. I'm active, so happy to answer them. And then if you're interested in more strategy and high-level SEO talk, just subscribe. We're posting all the time, weekly, and you'll be in the know. So thank you so much for your time. You have a great